It means love. It means complete commitment to that belief in a way of life where we all belong.
Picture was taken on the stage of the Albany,
Yeah.
and you, Jeff, Winston and Alex are all sitting around, clearly like getting your ideas, and Alex is writing them down.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the sort of essence of how we've always worked.
Yeah, that's right.
We've never came and said, right, this is the show you're doing. So I think that probably has been the most important thing.
It came from our ideas, from us.
We've tended to say and do things that we're not supposed to.
That's right.
And we won't stop, will we?
No, we won't. We carry on.
The first ever tour we did was of day centres in and around London, and it was quite a shock to me. I mean, I'd visited the Mulberry Centre, where most of the which is just up the road from here, as part of that tour, I think. But a lot of the things that the learning disabled people were doing were putting like crayons in boxes and very menial sort of task, and so I mean, what Heart and Soul were doing, doing musical shows, writing music, and performing musical theatre was very new then.
What I was watching was really well structured, really well rehearsed cabaret theatre. But on the other hand, there was also an acknowledgement that lots of people don't work that way and they're much more freeform, and that's just as valid. And so you've had this tightly rehearsed, costume, do what, all the movements choreographed the same material, and people who haven't seen or maybe didn't think that learning disabled people were capable of that kind of what we might call professional polished syncopation were blowing people away with that, but also blowing away our notions of what is and isn't viable entertainment by having this fantastic open mic where instead of the singer, and I'm going to put inverted commas around this word, failing, i.e. getting the song, inverted commas, wrong, that wasn't how it went. It was how the singer wanted it to be, and the band had to get it right. And I had never seen that before. I don't want to say that people were allowed to be amateur. No one was. But people were allowed to be how they were.
Hey, Mr. Producer, give me some volumes in my headphones. I want to hear myself.
There's a song called That Lady Dances Like Linda. It's a song about me going to this club on Friday and I was dancing, and there were like DJs and VJs doing their thing in the club, and there was this lady with curly hair who looks kind of like Linda, and Linda is a character that I made up 2 years ago who lives on in a different planet. And I remember the other day Charles sending me an email and he said, "Who is Linda?" And I thought to myself, that's an interesting question. So I sent him a link to the Tumblr site about the information about Linda.
For somebody, me, that kind of writes songs coming from that angle, I think sometimes you tend to get stuck in a way of doing things, and you do it in that way all the time, where you write about the same things all the time. So to be able to kind of come to this project and work with someone like Dean, who has a completely different way of looking at things, and he wants to write about plants and women called Linda from another universe, it kind of frees me up to think in a different way and working in a different way. So it's really great.
Our Dean Blair keyboard player and solo performer and writer. He's been involved with solo projects as a solo performer, as well as working with young children and creating places like Xenoverses and designing costumes. And I've been lucky enough to been part of what he's been doing, and that's been great because I've been learning things from how he looks at music and how he writes music. I think he's been sharing in how I enjoy doing things as well.
We worked together in 2010. I was introduced by Ned in Jazztronics. Ned showing me something new, brand new technique called the quarter solo technique. Like this one. Ned just teach me all the way. It's just what it does is like it's showing you how to be free to yourself. When I learn from Ned, sometimes I like the way he just like this. It's like jazz.
One of the things that struck me from the beginning when I first encountered Heart and Soul, it was everybody seemed to be coming here purely to have a really good time. And there was this real open feeling of people just being here to enjoy themselves, whoever we all are, and a real ethos of acceptability. However anybody is or whoever anybody is, we're welcome and we're all treated as if we're worthy, valid human beings, whoever and however we are. There's something really unique about that.
Yeah, I think we can like share what we are to Heart and Soul, learning about us.
Learning about us.
What we do.
Yeah, reaching more people and showing people who we are and what we do and inviting them to join us as well, I guess, and get involved. It's like a family. I don't know how my life would be without it. So it's a real example of how I think the world should be.
I see Little Heart and Soul hubs being everywhere because everyone needs a tiny bit of heart and soul in their lives because it's unique and there is never a dull moment.
Heart and Soul means education, a lot of love, being in family and knowing where you belong.
Cheers!